Hi, this is Kim from Affordably Crafty, and I'm going to be doing my first DIY today. This is something that should appeal to anybody who has a love of yarn. So a lot of these items, I'm either using my yarn from my stash, or items that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree, but there's not a lot of things that go into this craft. So the first thing that we're going to use are these trinket trays that say hello. It's a little pineapple, and the paint is on the back of this tray. So I got 2 of them. And then we're going to need some ribbon. This can be any ribbon that you have. This is something I picked up at the Dollar Tree recently. And then we're going to need yarn. So I just grabbed a bunch of random colors. I used this from the Dollar Tree, these scrapers you can find in the tool aisle. And then I needed some scissors. And I chose to use these little foam pieces. So basically what we're going to do is, the first thing is we're going to take some of the yarn from our stash. So I'm going to go with this green one first. Okay, we're going to use the green one. And what I'm going to do is, just pretty much so we don't use as much yarn, I decided to wrap this yarn around something. And I just had these random foam things that I've had forever in my craft stash, because I don't just do fiber arts, I pretty much dabble in a whole bunch of stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the yarn around this piece of foam and kind of make it look like a round ball. So we're going to keep wrapping around. Wrap around. I'm just going to keep going. It really doesn't matter what fiber content you use. You know, this might be a good way to use up that fancy specialty yarn that you don't know what to do with, because it would look really pretty in this completed project. I'm just going to keep wrapping. I want it to look like it's a round ball. So I'm going to keep going around, just going around and turning it, and keep going around. Notice I didn't put glue on it or anything. This is just a wrap and go kind of project. Wrap, keep going. I tried to pick a lot of brightly colored yarns because I felt like that would kind of make this project really pop. I'm just going to keep wrapping. See how it's starting to kind of look like a ball? Maybe wrap it a couple more times. And I'm turning it and wrapping it. Turn and wrap, turn and wrap. Now I think it's pretty much a ball-like shape, so I'm going to cut it with my scissors, leave a little bit of a tail, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this yarn underneath the yarn on the ball. So I'm still not gluing anything. Wrap it under there and kind of just tuck it in. See how I just tucked it in there? And that one's done. So I went ahead and made some other ones. So I made this one, these 2. This is more of like a variegated, like chenille type thing. Red Heart Super Saver. And some purple, orange, little metallic, well, that's specialty yarn, novelty yarn, whatever you want to call it. This one, that one. This is a mill-end yarn. I love mill-end yarns. It's a really good source of cheap yarn. And most of these were just from my stash, left over from either my huge haul from when AC Moore went out of business, or just other random projects I've done. Some of these are from a Facebook haul that I got recently, which I'm going to upload probably later this week. So that's the ones that I made, and I just put them all in a basket, made them ahead of time, so you can see they're all in there. So the next thing I did was I took this little scraper thing, And what I did is I scraped off the pink stuff on one of the sides. So I'm just going to show you on this side how I did that. So you're just basically going to scrape off the pink color with that. That took me a little bit of time, but I was able to get it done. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put all those balls inside this tray. So I'm just going to start putting them in. I'm going to kind of try and keep the different colors separate so your eye is not drawn to any one particular spot. So I don't want, like, I'm trying to have not purples next to each other, separate out the purples, separate out the blues. Kind of understand what I'm saying there? Put that there. This one can go here, that one can go there. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, and it's really going to depend on how you want it to look. If you love blue, by all means, make all your little balls blue. And if you don't have foam pieces, you don't need to use foam pieces. I just thought that way I can conserve and use less yarn. And I'm just moving these around and pushing them in so that they're nice and tight. So it looks like that. So the next thing I'm going to do, so basically what's going to happen here is this is going to go in here like this. Now, actually there's a lot of space there, so I'm going to have to figure something out there. You know what, I have some felt right here. I think I can put felt in it and that will work. So let me just grab one of these felt pieces. Felt right under here. Hang tight for a second, I'm going to grab some of this felt. So I'm going to grab some of this brown felt. To do a quick fix so that this works. Oh, sorry. Hate it when that happens. So I just grabbed a couple of pieces of brown felt, and I'm just going to quickly put this on here and kind of measure it, and I'm going to cut this out. So let me just cut one of these out. I'm just cutting this out. I'm just cutting this out with a scissor. Make sure this fits. Does it fit? Oh, I have to trim a little bit of that off. That's okay. You know, there's nothing, you know, you might have something that doesn't work out, but it's all a learning journey. So, I just go in the store and I'm kind of like, can I use this for? Can I use this for? Just try and see what works. I mean, I could have made the balls bigger, but that's just what I went with. So now I have it, it's cut to fit that, so I'm going to use that as a template and cut a couple more out. So it looks like I'll be able to get a couple of these out of each sheet, so that's fine. I have a couple sheets here. And again, this is just left over from a craft project. I got this at a really great discount place in Rhode Island. I actually live in Massachusetts, but I'll talk some more about that in a future video. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys could like this video, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. I'm a new channel, trying to share with you all the different tips and tricks I've learned over the years on how to be affordably crafty. So I've cut out 4 of those. Should fill that in quite a bit. Just going to stack them in here. See how much room that takes up. Let's make a couple more. So this is coming along. Almost done. And again, this is a pretty cheap project. I had stash yarn. I had foam for my stash. I got the 2 trinket trays at Dollar Tree. You know, you also could use like one of those memory boxes, or Dollar Tree used to have these coin banks, but I couldn't find any of those. That could have also been cool to do this. Alright, cut out 4 more. They're a little bit smaller. I'm going to put them in here. Trim a little bit off of that. And again, we're just learning. Crafting is a journey. You don't learn everything overnight. And sometimes when you mess up, you learn more than when it goes right. Alright. So I got the foam in there. And now what we're going to do is we are going to get some hot glue and hot glue these together. So, yeah, that's a lot better. It's not going to move around now. See? Now it's not going to move. And I'm not wasting a bunch of yarn you're not even going to see. So, let me just grab my hot glue gun and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to hot glue around the side so that these will stay together. And I like hot glue. I prefer it actually. But if you don't like hot glue, use something else. And there's a bunch of different glues you could use. You could use these 6000. You honestly could use super glue. I just have Dollar Tree glue sticks in here. Doesn't have to be that fancy. Because again, in these times, you know, you're looking around going, what can I use for my stash? You know, since sometimes we all can't get out to the store. Alright, let's put this together. Get my hair out of there. So I just put glue around the middle, hot glue, and I'm just going to kind of peel off the excess glue. It's not really going to matter. I don't even need to peel it off, to be honest with you. So that looks like that, and what I'm going to do to kind of hide this glue messiness is I'm going to take my ribbon, and I'm going to hot glue that right over that in the middle. So it's going to kind of look like this, and I'm going to hot glue that on. So I'm just going to do some glue here. So I'm just making a ribbon of glue, and I'm going to hot glue down the ribbon. Like that. I'm just going around one side at a time with my hot glue. And hey, if you don't want to put ribbon here, you can substitute yarn. You could put twine if you're more into that farmhouse look. Again, this is just what I had on hand, and I kind of like the colors, how they looked, kind of rainbow effect. That's just what I'm doing. You kind of can use stuff from your stash. So I'm just going around and hot gluing the ribbon on. I put the glue like that. Go around. Press it down. Try not to burn yourself. Dollar Tree has those little rubber tips, but I feel like I kind of don't feel it anymore after this long of crafting. I'm going around. And now I'm at the end. I'm going to go around the last side. Press that down. And I'm going to cut the ribbon. Cut it, and I'm going to just on the end tack that down with some more hot glue. So see on the end, I'm going to tack that extra down with some more hot glue. So, extra glue, wipe off the extra glue. Okay. So, this is what it looks like all done. Looks like that. If you wanted to and you wanted to hang this, you could put twine or ribbon or yarn. Maybe not yarn because it would stretch. I'd go with probably twine. You could just hot glue back here. But I'm just going to have it stand on my shelf near my stash. Also, I was thinking for embellishment, maybe you could do a little bit of painting of a heart. Or if you had some of those cool rub-on letters, you're really good with, have good penmanship, you could write something on there. Maybe I heart yarn, or yarn stash or all different things. So that was my first DIY here. And this thing out of pocket cost me $2 because I had all the other stuff on hand. So the 2 trinket trays. And like I said, you could use one of those coin banks from Dollar Tree. You could use a like a shadow box. You probably might be even able to make this out of something recycled if you had, I don't know, some kind of a container. Like maybe raspberries or something like that. I'm not sure. But this is my first DIY. So like I said, please like my channel. Please give me a thumbs up so I can teach you more ways to be affordably crafty. Thank you. Have a good day.